In the movie, we will see NTT, who follows people to kill them. No human can hide from this. She finds that person. There is only one way to avoid this. She will have to be intimate with someone so that this tax is transferred to them. Go and follow this entity, that person, but it is not as easy as it sounds in real life. So in the beginning of the movie we see Annie, who comes out of her house running away. She was very scared and she was running after seeing something. Then her dad comes over there. He tries to pacify her, but she runs away from the house. Next day we see her at the beach. She calls her parents and says, "I will ask you both, I love you very much. Forgive me for the mistake I have done." Till date was from whom she was running. Let's see, she was swimming and then came over for her sister, asks, "Why is my new boyfriend, you feel ashamed?" and says, "Today we both go on a date in the wing." Two of his friends come to meet him in the colony. Hearing about the date, Paul is upset because he is alive. After a while, she goes to see a movie with her boyfriend. There Yuko sees a girl in a yellow dress. The reason asks, "Do you see that girl?" She tells me no, there is no one there. You are very nervous to hear that, goes and takes her out. And then both of them go to a restaurant to have dinner. Then we see only one man came towards him for the next day. Ask about his date since then. Says date was nothing special. BF goes to meet again this same night because she was doing some strange thing. And this both because the cards are intimate, but only then makes her unconscious. When she regains consciousness, she finds herself tied in a wheelchair. Right there was also, he says, there is an entity lying behind me who wants to kill me. Once I did a one-night stand with Tender. Since then this is happening with this. There is only one way to avoid this. I have to be intimate with someone, so I had to be intimate with you. Now this debt has been transferred to you. Now you will also be able to see it, and it should follow you that it is very slowly will come to you. But it is very clever, it can come in any form, will kill you. If you are caught, they will fall after me again and then kill me and follow its Tinder. So as soon as possible with someone transferring this pain by being intimate. In the meantime NTT reaches there and starts growing like them. Now even Jai can see her, only then runs away with her and blocks her outside her house. JK friend, they come and take care of him. There the police also come, but they cannot find you because he came from another town. No one recognizes him here. He used to take a house on rent here. He has returned to his house after transferring this loan to Jay. Days later, she goes to school where an old lady wearing a hospital gown starts coming towards her and understands that this is the same Indy. She runs away from the classroom, but still that entity follows her. She always walks slowly, so it is easy to escape. She alone and tells everything to Paul, but they both don't believe on him. Paul, it says that he will stay at tonight's house and will keep an eye on the whole night. If he does not sleep at night, then she comes down to Paul. He was watching TV sitting on it. Both of them were talking, and then the glass broke. A voice comes. He checks and says that China has a duty, but there is no one there. He goes upstairs to call alone. Since then he goes to the kitchen and sees the same entity. He gets very scared and runs to his room. I go to Delhi and calls also come over there. Both the Sims were not able to see yours, so they do not believe on him. Then he comes there, and NDTV comes there after him, but who jumped from the balcony in a playground. It comes after some time while looking for him. His friends also come there with him. He did not have a break even then, who also tells him everything. Gray says that we have to find it. Sing because in the card these people go to the UK drink house, but the house was completely empty. Actually lived alone here. He has transferred his possession and gone. Read some books there, and because there is a photo in this jacket, seeing it, he knows which school this jacket is. Then these people go to the same school and they come to know that you is the real name, take his address and say. He goes to his house, then apologizes to JJ because he had no other option. He also asks me to transfer this cut to someone else. For this he has to be intimate with someone. But after her death, she was behind the victory from these 20 feet, so she had to transfer this debt. If Jackie also dies, then she will again be behind the victory. From above, this NTT can come in any form. That's why Jay will always have to be alert and transfer this pain as soon as possible. Now to save Jay, his friends take him to the farmhouse of the house. On the other hand, these people were hanging out on the beach, and then NTT comes in the form of Yara and attacks Jay. The phone tries to save her, but she also gets hurt by the interview. Everyone comes inside the boathouse. Goes in the one who starts shooting him, but it doesn't matter to that entity. It closes the door. but he comes inside breaking the door in the form of Interpol J4 and many come out and starts running away with brake car, his friend trying hard to stop her, and she meets no one. But unexpectedly, when she regains consciousness, she finds herself in the hospital, but she was also afraid that she might go to the antenna. Gray says intimate with me. Wants to be so that it is transferred to her, then Jai agrees, and both of them are intimate in the hospital itself. A few days pass, and Jay does not see the entry, but she is upset for the planet, because now her life is in danger there. Gray takes this matter casual, he says he hasn't seen any entry yet, it's all just sister. Jackie's mental condition is not good but gives to the planet from the same state window. She understands that she is not poor, in fact she has given Hindi, she calls the planet and her phone was busy. Here she does 9 inti running, but no door is opening. Seeing this break the window goes inside Kay's house, she also runs after him and sees this entity is locking the door in the form of a Potter's mom, who shouts that Brick please don't open the door, your life is in danger, but something has to fall. Also doesn't understand he opens the door and she and T kills him the day Beatific goes after Jay the next day. Paul says he wants to be intimate with her, so NTD follows him, but who refuses him, it is because she will kill Inity Paul. Vegeta and his friends together make a plan to end that policy. These people go to a swimming pool and put electric devices around the bridge. These people killed that interview by electric shock wanted and started adding it after landing in Jaipur. NTT comes down after some time. But she is very smart. Boond, I understand the plan, that's why I start throwing the electric device. When Alone puts a cloth on it, then shoots it, then she falls in the water, but still does not leave the bottom, then grabs her leg. Paul shoots her in the head and leaves the child, then on checking, there is no NTT, only blood is visible. This plan of theirs had also failed, so I have to get intimate with Paul, and he doesn't want to. These DD falls behind them all, then one day he sees some girls and thinks that after being intimate with them, this loan will transfer them. The neighborhood does not have the courage to go and talk to them in this way. A few days pass, but Paul do not see NTT anywhere, but we also see more NTT is coming after them. With this the movie ends on.